Blog Talk Radio.
And we have started off our new week. Before we get started, I have to say a couple of things. As y'all know, I always do. I have a little housekeeping to do. But first off, before I go any further with tonight's show, I want to give a huge shout-out to Michael Stover with MTS Management. And the reason for that is Michael has sent me some of the most amazing indie music artists I have ever in my entire life had the honor and privilege of interviewing, and tonight is no exception. I don't know where he finds these artists, but he finds them, and ladies and gentlemen, go back and listen to some of last week's shows and some shows before that and tonight's show and the rest of this week, because these amazing artists are up and coming, and you're going to see them in places like the CMT A awards and places that mainstream artists win awards, because these guys they're over the top. Tonight's artist is no exception. And yeah, I kind of have a girl crush on her, and I'll tell you why in a little while. But first, I want to say thank you all for joining us tonight. Ran the numbers this morning, and just on the show, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 121,742 listeners. Okay, let that sink in. We're not even 2 years old. We're almost to 122,000 listens just on this show. And I'll show you, thank you. You're our biggest listening base, and you guys are marvelous. Thank you very, very much for supporting this show. And when you add all of the podcasts at this thing on, we're on Spotify, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on iTunes and YouTube and SoundCloud and Mixcloud and Podcast.com and Podcast Garden and Spreaker and Stitcher and FM.com. And when you add all those up, we're well on our way to 200,000 listeners in 200 countries. So not only is Michael sending me these amazing artists, but these amazing artists are being heard in countries like Israel and Egypt and South Africa and Japan and Portugal and Spain and Eastern Europe and Russia, Iran, Iraq, places they might not be heard. So I thank each and every one of you. And like I always say, this is not my show. I just facilitate it. This is your show, and I am so, so honored and grateful for my guest and for my listeners that continue to support the show. Now, real quick, there's two ways to get on the show. One, you can do like Michael did and send me an email and say, hey, Yvonne, I've got all these wonderful artists. Here's their music. Here's their names. What do you think? And I'll send you an email back and say, okay, send me your headshot bio and book covers or 3 MP3 songs and your bio and your headshot, and let's get you on the show because, ladies and gentlemen, we are already into filling up November and December. We're fixing to roll over into 2019. So if you want to get on the show this year and be heard before the end of the year, you need to contact me. Also, if you're kind of shy, and some of you are, you really don't know how to be on a radio show or you're too shy, that's okay. You want to place an ad, fine. Contact me at Off the Chain Radio, and I will tell you how to place an ad. I'm not in it to make money. I'm in it to help you succeed. For 30 days, I'll run your ad for $10. And if I have to cancel the show, as most of you know, my husband's very, very ill and is declining rapidly. If I have to reschedule shows, I'll roll your ad over so you never lose the opportunity to be heard. So contact me. I am always going to be here, Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise, as they say in the South. Now, with that being said, the song that just played called He Only Loves Me on the Dance Floor, the first time I listened to it, I thought, yeah, that pretty much sums up my prior life. So the young woman who is an absolute marvel that wrote and sings a song. Her name is Madelyn Victoria, and I owe her a huge apology because not only can I not talk tonight, but I cannot spell her name right. And I understand the stupidity of my actions because people spell my name wrong all along. So I have to go back and fix it once again. So, Madelyn, I'm very sorry. Her name is Madelyn Victoria. Her name is Madelyn Victoria. Now, the name itself just speaks royalty and beauty and peace and serenity and hoedown country music. Her single, that was her debut release, He Only Loves Me on the Dance Floor, reached number 1 on the National Country AM/FM chart, New Music Weekly, making it one of the biggest debut singles of 2016. The self-penned song won an Academy Award for Best Country Song in April of 2016, earning her numerous other award nominations and a spot on the CMT.com Top 50 Most Popular Artist charts. Remember what I said in the earlier segment about these wonderful artists going to places that most of us only dream of? The video of He Only Loves Me reached the YallWire.com Top 5 Most Watched Video charts, while her YouTube cover of George Strait's Amarillo by Morning received over 100,000 views in just 48 hours, ladies. 48 hours, 2 days. After being featured on Country Rebel's website, her cover of Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues matched that number after being featured on the same site. But for the young Texas native, nothing can compare to walking in the footsteps, see, I can't talk, of her legendary idols. Her latest video release, the original I Can Be Your Senorita, has already reached over 10,000 views, and I will add mine to that because I watched it today and couldn't stop watching it. Welcome, Madelyn. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Oh, hi, Yvonne. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate all your kind words. So sweet.
Well, I only speak the facts, ma'am. I only speak the facts. I'm going to tell you, I don't, well, let's put it this way. When we start on your history, we'll find out not only where your love of country came from, but, I mean, you're from Texas, for crying out loud. That says it all. You have to love country and be from Texas. So before we get started, I forgot to do something, and two of my sponsors are probably going to shoot me. So let me take a real quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Got to do these 2 ads. That's what helps pay the bills. Whenever a helpless animal whimpers in the dark, and wherever the system fails to protect said animal, she'll be there, and she isn't giving up anytime soon. So you've been warned. When Sam Holden receives a tip about a brutal dog fighting ring, she embarks on some of her most dangerous acts of vigilantism yet. The monster known as the puppeteer circles Sam's world as she unknowingly circles his. So while they chase each other, will Sam put those she loves most in harm's way in order to break up the ring? With time running out and animals in need, the dangerous life Sam's created begins to eclipse any other life she could ever lead. Ladies and gentlemen, go and get Diane Mote's book, Dogfight and Doggone. They're both on Kindle, and because of this show, she hit #1 in Australia. That's Diane Mote, Dogfight and Doggone. Now, there's another young lady who I just absolutely adore. Her name is Cece Chamberlain, and she has a podcast called Inside Your Life with Cece. It is a motivational, passionate conversation where she interviews people who are living their true purpose, and it doesn't matter if it's a professional boxer, an author, history enthusiast, a country western artist. She strives to give you hope for a brighter day with her inspirational words. So download, subscribe, and listen as Cece guides you to pursue your dreams for you to live your best life ever. Her wonderful show is on podcast.com, iTunes, Google Play, and everywhere else podcasts are available. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, I got this girl crush on this girl. There's many, many reasons, but one because she sings like an angel.
No. So sweet.
Well, I only speak facts, and I only talk to the best, and you're the best, I'm going to tell you.
You are too.
So, thank you, my darling. So let's talk about Miss Madelyn. Tell me, let's step way, way back in history. I know why you think you were destined to be this wonderful musical artist, but the audience doesn't know. There was an incident that happened before you even were aware that you were in this world. Tell everybody what happened, because I thought this is one of the most amazing stories I've ever read.
Oh, good. Yes, I'm glad you brought this up, and glad you're asking about it. I'd love to share with everybody. Going back, like you said, all the way back when time started, my time started before I even knew. The story that my mom told me was that during she was giving birth to me during her operation. My obstetrician, Dr. Houston, was actually playing George Strait in the operation room while he was, while my mom was giving birth to me, while he was operating. So I feel like I was destined to first of all, George Strait is my #1 inspiration right now, one of them, at least one of the top ones. And that's why I believe, country music from the get-go is something that I loved, and I really had no choice. I had to love it. First of all, like you said, I'm from Texas, and I was born to it. It's just a really neat story to know and to share that.
Well, and on top of that, the doctor's name was Dr. Houston, for crying out loud. Texas, Houston, George Strait. Honey, you couldn't have got away from country music if you tried.
Exactly.
You were cursed or blessed or something.
And I can't tell the difference, right? I love it.
Yeah, it's a cursing and a blessing sometimes. Well,
yes.
When did you start performing that you remember? Was it in front of family, friends? Was this something that you knew that you were always going to do, that you were not going to do anything else but sing?
Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to try to think of I know my first performance by, the big one that I like to share is when I was 5 years old. That was my first public performance in front of people. I was about 5. But even prior to that, I can remember just being around with family. And that's the one thing that inspires me also is just gathering around, a fire, being a little girl and them asking me to sing and not really knowing any better. I was just, okay, of course I'll sing and think. And to them as adults looking at me as this little 3, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, singing without being shy and just loving it so much, I guess it meant more to them than it did to me at that age, because I was just a little kid and I know I loved doing it and it didn't faze me. So, yeah, my first performances were all always around family. And then my first public performance was when I was 5. My cousin got me to sing at her Christmas pageant that they were having at the high school in our hometown, the high school that I went to too, but at the time, she was in high school, and got me to sing Silent Night. I remember the lights were really bright and my little leg was shaking, but I didn't feel nervous. I remember my leg shaking, but I didn't know why. I couldn't, put it together. I didn't know what nerves were, be in front. I just knew I wanted to do it and I wanted to get up there and sing. And, but yeah, it was, ever since then I've been singing, and my parents recognized that at a young age how much I loved it. So they just, fueled the fire that was in me, and my mom helped me learn the national anthem also at a very young age. I believe the first time I ever sang the national anthem in public was at it was a White Wings baseball game, and that is a local. It's a local baseball chapter in my hometown, and so I got up there. I sang. I believe I was about 7, 8 years old. I just loved it even more and more. Every time I had a performance, it just grew. My love for it grew, and knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I enjoy it so much.
And see, that's what comes through in your song, and that's what came through in the video I watched today. No wonder you got over 100,000 hits, because my darling child, and I say that with love because I'm 67 years old, so I can get away with a few things like that. You are the naturalness of your gift and the ease with which you do it. It's not what you do; it is who you are.
Yes, I certainly I feel that way now, and the more and more what you just said, and how I feel, and it just all correlates together. And yes, I feel like this is, like you said, my gift, and I have to share it with the world. And I would be I'm not going to hide my light. I'm going to show everybody, and it's not. I try my best not to ever. I've always gotten advice of you can't let it get to your head, or you can't become this cocky person, and I'm just kind of like, well, this is just natural to me. These things don't faze me. I would never ever let anything get to my head, because it doesn't make a difference to me. Like you said, I feel like I was just born to do this. So I can't compare it to anything else. I can't say, or ever imagining thinking that I'm the best or anything. But that's why I think I also love to songwrite, not only just sing, because I feel like I'm sharing, my thoughts, and I'm also doing it for. And like you said earlier with your show, I'm doing it for the people. It's their show. These are their songs. This is your song, and I'm writing it so we can share something together as well. And I always give in my faith and my belief, and that God is there with me, writing along, giving me these ideas, inspirations, things that come along, people that come along and share their stories or anything with life. And I pray every time that my songs reach out to people. Not. I mean, of course, it's great to have more and more people know who I am and my brand and my songs, but just so I can reach out to more people. I think you know what I'm saying, and so that they can have this song with them, for them, and get them through whatever they're going through, or have a cool memory to look back on if my song does that for them. Or like you said, He Only Loves Me on the Dance Floor, I think you mentioned, it represents your past life, and that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me, and that's why I write it. That's why I write my songs.
Well, it comes through, Madelyn. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never met this amazing young woman in person, but all y'all know I'm an empath, and I pick up things, and it doesn't matter if it's in person, over the phone, or on a video, or in music even, or even in books. I pick up their thoughts and feelings, and they're psychic, and she is so amazing. If she were in the middle of a forest and didn't have a live audience, this girl would have to sing, simply because she cannot not sing. Am I right?
Yes, you're so right. Oh, you're so right. I was, going back to my childhood, I wouldn't even notice. I had to control my singing sometimes. I would be taking a test in school, and I didn't realize I was singing out loud or humming too loud, and the teachers already know, Madelyn, or Maddie, you're doing it again. Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I'm singing, trying to concentrate on this test, but I can't because I need to sing.
See, that it comes through, because if you were put in a torture chamber and they said, Madelyn, if you sing one more note, we're going to cut your head off, you would be singing while they cut your head off. You can't help it, and I love it because it's infectious.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Makes me want to sing, and I can't carry a note in a bucket.
Oh, I'm sure you're fine.
Now, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, this is what she says about country music. And I grew up, now those of you that have followed the show understand that I grew up with the old, and I'm talking old school country artists, the little Jimmy Dickens and the Porter Wagners and the Dolly Partons and all of those old ones that my mother called twangy country. But they told a story, and the story was about things that had happened in their life. And this is what Madelyn says. That's why she sings country. It hits the heart, it feeds the soul, and it's the story of our lives. And I've never had anybody put it like that before, but it is so true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's one of I love to express that because it's exactly that. And I feel like people that don't like country music have this idea and this stereotype, and everybody tends to stereotype you, if it's jokingly or not, but I think also people are afraid sometimes to get in touch with those feelings, and we all have them deep down inside, and that's what country music does for you. And if you're not afraid to really get inside with your feelings and whatnot, then maybe people are kind of shy away from that. But I feel like we all have it, and we're all going to relate to it on some level. There's a country song out there for everybody, whether they know it or not. And that's why I hope with my songs I can do that with somebody they can relate to as well.
And speaking of holding on, we're going to play Hold On. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Up the Chain. I'm your host, Yvonne Mason, with my guest tonight, my girl idol, indie country music artist Madelyn Victoria, and we're going to play Hold On, and then we're going to talk about it. Hold On by my guest, indie country music artist Madelyn Victoria. This is Off the Chain. I'm your host, Yvonne Mason. Madelyn, that's another one makes me wants to get up and dance.
Yeah.
So
Oh man,
tell
that's
me
great.
about this song. It's got a story. So, I found somebody I love them. Let's hold on to what we have. Where did this come from? The beat is just it's an upbeat song. It's let's face the music together type of song.
Yes, exactly. I'm so glad. I love yes, that was great. So I was in Fort Worth, Texas. I was living there with my best friend for a little while. Well, actually south of Dallas, but I would go to Fort Worth a lot to perform and to. I was recording this the first recordings of what you're hearing now. I did up in Fort Worth, and then I came to Austin to do more recordings. But my point is that I was out there, and I was starting to write this song. I had the idea of it. I didn't really have the lyrics yet. I had the idea of that exactly what you said, where I want people to get up and kind of dance, kind of more upbeat, but also romantic at the same time. And so I was just, it just hit me. One day I wrote the song, probably like a week before I was supposed to really officially go in and record, and I thought, okay, this is the one that's missing from my EP. This is what I need to put in there, just something that's with a drive to it. Yeah, it's still like, that love romantic kind of touchy-feely kind of thing, but I wanted it to still be upbeat. I don't want it to be too slow. So that's basically what came out of it. I've had some relationships in the past. I feel like I've been, really young and really focused on my career though, but, sometimes sometimes you give in and you go into these relationships, but I've never really had something so serious to where I feel like, this song represents what I actually have. It's something that I hope to have someday. Something that my best description of what I've seen. I see my parents. I actually see my younger brother and his wife together. I see, people that have had these amazing love stories, and that's pretty much how I hope to have that someday is my thought, and I wrote it into this song, Hold On, and I'm definitely will hold on to whoever he is, whoever he is in the future coming my way. So.
Well, let me tell you something, honey. When he shows up, he's going to be holding on to you like there's no tomorrow, because he's going to know what kind of diamond he has, and he's not going to want to let it go. So that can be his theme song. Yes, I'm holding on. I'm not going anywhere.
That is so sweet. Yes.
Now, you not only, ladies and gentlemen, is this amazing woman such an artist, but she has a cause that is very near and dear to my heart. And those of you that know me know about my brother, know that he is the reason that I am successful, because he's fearless. Even though he's unique, I don't call him special needs, he's unique, but he's fearless. Well, Madelyn has a special place in her heart for these unique children as well. Tell me about how you got started, why you do it, and how it's affected your life.
Oh, yes, most definitely. And so, yeah, I've always had, all children to me are the same. Children are our future. Children are beautiful, kind, innocent, pure, all children. So especially those that are unique. And I love that you use that word. And there's nothing wrong at all, of course, with being unique. We're all unique. We're all our own person yet, and all together as children, it's love. So any group of children that I can reach out to, whether, they are unique children or children that are struggling with school, or children that are homeless, or children that need any kind of help or anything, I try to do what I can do best, and that's, I believe, in my music, and that's why I also, it's not just about performing live at bars or performing it's a whole round the clock thing that's for me, and as far as singing goes. So I started, it's called Octave Higher Christmas, it's not officially a program yet, but what I would love for it to be an official program, but it's more of a cause that I'm just doing out of my own heart. And every year during the Christmas time, I go sing at hospitals, or I go to the special needs department of schools, and I've done that. I've actually the last year I wasn't able to do so because of my really busy schedule, but this year I'm planning the Christmas, and it's during Christmas time because there's supposed to be a lot of joy. On TV you see everyone gets that joyous feeling, Christmas time's coming, and family are together and whatnot. So that's another combination that I put together, is that a lot of people don't have a joyous time because either they're sick in the hospital or they're dealing with whatever issues they have, and so I feel like, okay, if I can do something in my life, because I'm so blessed, so blessed, and I want to go and help and bless other people as well with my music and my gift, and because it's I feel like it's mainly for that and to share it with people. So every year I either put together a party or I go to these hospitals. It's a whole month-long kind of thing that I do, and I dedicate my time for them during the holiday season, during Christmas time. And Octave Higher Christmas is, if you know music, octave is every time a range it's higher. It's from do to do, then goes higher and higher in each key. So I always want to make sure that's what I'm doing during that holiday season for somebody. And so this year I'm between with a special needs department for a school, and also for a group called Sunny Glen Homes, where these are foster children. And so I am looking into that right now. We've talked about it in the past with Sunny Glen. It's just the timing has to be around my touring, my small touring schedule, and seeing when that we can get all the sponsorships together. I always have so much community help that I want to thank them for as well. They help out so much with the food that we provide during these parties, with the band members dedicate their time, and also volunteers to help out with games for these children, and then who doesn't like a party, right? So these children deserve it just as much as anyone else. So that's basically what it's about, and I can't wait for it to happen this year. I'm going to be announcing it on Facebook. It's mainly for the families and mainly for the children that I put this together for. But if anybody, volunteering in the area, and as it gets bigger, because I know it is going to get bigger, and I want it to be a nationwide thing someday, and we can travel and do this everywhere, throughout the holiday season, and that can be my little touring. That's my idea for my touring during the holiday season, and it'll get bigger, and people can keep up with that and what we're doing.
See, ladies and gentlemen, she's amazing. Next thing she's going to tell me, she's going to put a Christmas album together, and all proceeds will go to a special needs place somewhere. Who knows what this girl's got on her mind? That would not surprise me in the least. Because that's the kind of person that you are. You are such a giving, kind, old soul that you just leave a little bit of yourself everywhere you go. And you're going to go far. You're going to go a whole lot further than you ever thought about going. I'm telling you, Madelyn, I'm just going to sit back and say, yeah, I knew that chick when. I interviewed her way back when.
Oh, man, I appreciate those words so much.
Well, honey, it's true. I'm telling you, people will tell you, yeah, I speak the truth. Now, there is another song that we're going to play here shortly that when I heard it, I had to listen to it twice, because it is definitely a tap dancing song. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run a couple of ads right quick, and then we're going to play Madelyn Victoria's third song and talk about it. This is Off the Chain. I'm your host, Yvonne Mason, with my guest, country music artist, Madelyn Victoria, and we will be right back.
Do you have cougars on your porch swing? Are horses your new best friend? Do your nicest shoes get buried knee-deep in snow as your toes turn blue? Are you bothered by wolves at your woodpile? No, not that kind of wolf. Join wildlife artist and author Nancy Quinn and her family as they discover an exciting new life in Go West, Young Woman, a true Montana adventure. Available online and in bookstores. Or visit QuinnWildlifeArt.com for a personalized signed copy. Critics agree. It's a hoot.
Hi, this is Winona and Jade inviting you to join us and our wonderful guests on the And I Thought Women's Cave podcast on Blog Talk Radio to learn more about our books the And I Thought series, and
the Misfit Guides. They're available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNobles.com.
Or just to see what your ladies are up to, you can find all of that out on www.andwethought.com.
So peace and love from Winona
and Jade and our books.
You're
so
silly.
You silly.
Remember,
did you write that? That's funny.
Remember to visit us at andwethought.com.
The night is young and so is walking. Let's go down these back roads, get loose and wild and free. I got the bottle and you got the keys. Turn on to Wayland, straight cash, and Johnny Lee. Are you ready for a wild ride, dancing in the moonlight, moonlight? We're gonna keep this party rocking till the break of dawn. There ain't no way to stop us, you'll see. All we need to be is free. We're gonna make some new memories on this wild ride. No need to worry, no need to go straight. Just close your eyes and let your problems fade away. This is our time, let us do what we made. But don't let it burn too long, or we'll have to stay and pray. Are you ready for a wild ride, dancing in the moonlight, moonlight? We're gonna keep this party rocking till the break of dawn. There ain't no way to stop us, you'll see. All we need to be is free. We're gonna make some new memories on this wild ride. Let the music hit your soul, let the spirit take control. Let it all wrap around you on this road. Are you ready for a wild ride, dancing in the moonlight, moonlight? We're gonna keep this party rocking till the break of dawn, till the break of dawn. There ain't no way to stop us, you'll see. All we need to be is free. We're gonna make some new memories on this wild ride. It's a wild ride. Oh, it's a wild ride. Oh, it's a wild ride.
And that was Wild Ride, written and sung by my host, indie country music artist Madelyn Victoria. This is Off the Chain. I'm your host, Yvonne Mason. And I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the whole time the song is playing, I'm sitting here reading some of the bands that Madelyn has opened for, like this: Easton Corbin, Turnpike Troubadours, Tracy Lawrence, one of my favorites, Kevin Fowler, Clay Walker, another one of my favorites, Josh Thompson, Dustin Lynch, Zach Brown Band, one of my favorites, and The King, the Charlie Daniels Band. Now, listen to that song. I can see you on stage at a Charlie Daniels opening and everybody doing a hoedown.
That's pretty much what happened.
See? I know these things, and I wasn't even there.
Oh, yeah. You know, I always want to get the crowd excited and play all the, the fun, exciting songs as much as I can before, to keep the crowd, interested. That's what they need for an opening act. And put a lot of thought into that. So playing that one, yeah, that's definitely a favorite back in the area where I where I opened for Charlie Daniels.
Well, it's another one of those songs. It's just a feel good, boot stomping, knee slapping, dancing song. You cannot help yourself. You have to dance, throw your hat in the air, and just have a grand old time.
Yeah, and the cool thing about that song too, it's I actually wrote it inspired by having a good old time with my family. My Uncle Joe, we were out and having a few drinks with each other. My mom, my dad, my brother, my uncles, my cousins, and we're out in the backyard, started a fire, and then he all of a sudden says, "Let's go to the deer lease," and we're like, "All right, let's go." And we head on out there, and it's pitch black, and we're in the truck, and my mom's like, "This is a wild ride, Maddie." I was like, "That's a song. That's a song." So that's pretty much how I wrote it, and just having a good time with family and friends who care about you, who love you, and you're having a great time and enjoying life.
Well, honey, I can see where I see you on the CMA Country Music Awards winning Female Vocalist of the Year. I see it happening. I don't see how it cannot happen because your music is totally infectious. It's an addiction.
Thank you so much. I'm like blushing over here, and I appreciate it so much.
Well, as you don't blush, just it's who you are. Like I said at the top of the hour, it's not what you do, Madelyn. It's country music is who you are. It is as much of your DNA as the color of your eyes, the color of your hair, and your personality. I think somewhere in another lifetime, you came from country music, somebody, or you were a country music star, because with the gift that you have, most people work years and years and years and years for that natural ability and never attain it.
I can maybe, yeah, well.
Okay, for instance,
man, I don't know what to say to that. It's amazing to me.
Well, okay.
I appreciate it.
What an artist that comes to mind, one of the most natural country music artists that I've followed for years and years and years and years, even way back in the day, and she is still going strong, is Reba McEntire. If you watch her perform, she is a natural. It's like she wears the music like a coat, and it just embraces the whole audience, and she pulls the audience up on stage with her. And if I were to watch you perform, that's exactly what would happen. The audience would just automatically be gravitated towards you like a magnet because you pull people in.
Oh man, that's an amazing comparison, and that is, yeah. I try to just be as natural as possible and show that I'm enjoying myself up there, because I want people to enjoy themselves. That's why people come out to a show, and they want to enjoy themselves. They want to see you enjoying it too, because if you're up there and you're uncomfortable and you don't know what you're doing, or you're worried about this, worried about that, and people can see. I feel people can see that. I can see that too. I'm a fan as well. I go to concerts and I have my favorite bands, and I can tell right away if they're, even though I do love their music and whatnot, but as far as performing goes, and you're on that stage, you want to really connect with people, and you don't want to be uncomfortable. So I hope I try to work on that, or I not really work on it. I just want to really be who I am, and that's the I think people try too hard. That's probably the problem. They feel like they can't be themselves, and I feel like the more artists that do that, and they're just really themselves, and work on that'll improve their performance game, and that's what I try to do.
Well, you've heard the old adage: there are performers, and then there are entertainers. Yeah. You are an entertainer. Anybody can get up and do a performance. It takes a special person to get up and be so caught up in their passion that the entertainment is as natural as breathing, and that's what I get from you. You put yourself out there. You're vulnerable. You're saying, okay, here I am. I'm stripped naked. Here's my music. Love it or leave it, but this is what I am. And people can't help but love it.
Oh, man, and I hope it continues. Thank you.
Oh, honey, it's going to. It is going to, because I see only good things for you in the coming years, and I am just so honored that you agreed in your busy, hectic schedule to spend that hour with me. And now I'm going to push the envelope and ask if you would be willing to come back on the show with new music, because I want to promote you on the show.
Oh, of course. No, I was gonna say I hope that you'll want to have me back, and I am planning to release a new single here in the next couple months. Around August, time, I'll be releasing a new music video and a new single that we'll have it out anywhere you can download music. We'll do a little tiny bit of radio promotion, not so big, but I do want to get as much music and distribute as much music as I can out there. I have so many songs that I have not been able to actually go physically in the studio and record just yet. I believe that everything has to happen at the right time, the right place, and whatever lessons I need to learn, whatever I have to do to get there, then it will happen. But I have so much material, enough for a few albums, but this is what's happening now. I'll get my new single out, and I would love to be back and have you listen to it and have your viewers and your listeners listen to it.
Well, absolutely. I want to bring you back in November, because that's when people will be buying music for Christmas in the silly season.
Oh, yeah. No, of course. That would be great.
A marketing
for it
guru,
to continue.
I am. There is a method for my madness, and that will play right into your Christmas thing for the children. We can really promote that, too.
Yes, that would be so great.
Oh, good. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I do. They can't help it. I just draw them right into the show and say, you are now mine forever.
Oh, I love
it. So
if
you're not busy on November the 9th, if you're not busy, check your calendar. If you're busy, send me a message and we'll redo it. But November the 9th, I believe it's a Thursday night. And if you're not busy, I'll put you on the books and get you or either Michael to send me 3 new songs so that we can get you out there even more, because I want to see you just explode on the airwaves.
Yes, that would be perfect. Off the top of my head, I don't think I have anything scheduled yet, but I would love to schedule that date. We can get with Michael, and he can send you everything, again, we need to do. And another shout-out to him. Thank you so much, Michael, for introducing me to Miss Yvonne and being on her show. You're the best, Michael.
He is the best. I told him, I said, all the artists that I've had up to date, I've asked them to come back. He said, you don't want any new ones? I said, yes, Michael, you don't understand. Once they come on the show, they become regulars. Because see what will happen. Seriously, what will happen, Madelyn, is you become a regular on the show, you get a following on the show.
That is amazing.
People look to the show for new releases, and they gravitate. Oh, Madelyn's going on the show. What's she releasing now? I got to go see. So, this is a perfect platform for you, my darling girl.
Oh, I appreciate you, and I appreciate all those future listeners and followers and everything. Thank you.
And yes, y'all can have a girl crush or a man crush on her, too. And Mr. Wright, I know you're out there. Just the time will come. Now, believe it or not, be sure and check the November the 9th, and I'll send Michael a note and tell him I'm booking you for the 9th. But believe it or not, our hour is almost up.
Oh, wow. Time flies so fast when you're having fun, huh?
It does. This is what I tell all my guests. They go, but what am I going to talk about for an hour? And then I say, well, when I say our hour's almost up, you're going to say, what? We didn't get through with this. And, of course, we that's why you have to come back. So what I would like for you to do is tell all these wonderful folks, no, y'all can't go look up her music now because you're going to miss important stuff. So just hang tight, everybody. Where your music can be found, where they can buy your music because a man is worthy of his hire, where you can be found so they can follow you on Facebook, Twitter, and I got to hook up with you on Twitter, your website, so that you can get a whole slew of fans in over 200 countries.
Oh man, that's amazing. Okay, guys. So the main thing I would love for you guys to go do after the show's done is head out to Madelyn-Victoria.com. I know it's weird with a hyphen there, but it's right there in the middle. It's Madelyn-Victoria.com, and you can find everything from that website. From my website, all my links are on there. You can find my Facebook link, my Twitter link, my Instagram link, and then you can head on over to the music page on my website, and I believe that goes directly to the plays that I have either on Spotify or on my Reverb Nation, either or. I'm getting my streams from there. But if you have the app Spotify, you can look me up there as well. It's Madelyn Victoria everywhere, anywhere. You can Google it too. Even if you forget my website, you can Google Madelyn Victoria. That's my name, and I'll pop up all over the search engine, and you can find all my music or any platform that you can download music from, you can buy from, and any social media. You can just search my name, Madelyn Victoria, and I'll be there.
And ladies and gentlemen, the correct spelling, and I will fix it on tonight's show because I'm an idiot and sometimes have dyslexia or just have brain farts. I don't know. The way you spell Madelyn's name is Madelyn and not INE. So spell it right. So pull her up. Don't misspell it like I did. And I am so sorry. Thought I'd fix it,
no,
but again,
you're totally fine.
I think I had another brain cramp. I think my husband said, Yvonne, I need you in the middle of trying to do something. And then I went back and thought I'd done it, and I hadn't. But when you get my age, you can get away with stupidity.
You're totally okay. But yes, it's Madelyn. Yes.
Yes. And no, y'all can't go now because, as you know, it's at the end of every show. And Madelyn, thank you so much. Don't hang up when the show goes dark because I want to give you some extra things that I do for my guest.
Okay.
But I want to thank you so much for spending an hour with me. You have no idea what you did for me tonight. I was pretty down.
Same to you.
I was feeling pretty down. I'm pretty tired, and your energy and your excitement and your love of music, now I can go the rest of the night without sleep again. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, too. You know, with your kind words and your proclamations and everything that you have for me, it just means a whole lot, and it also cheers me up. And you know, this career isn't perfect. There's going to be ups and downs, and these are definitely the ups when I get to be reminded of who I am inside and the support. So I thank you.
So when you have a down day, you play back this show in archives, and you say, yes, this is who I am. I am enough. And this is one of the things I want to leave you with, ladies and gentlemen. You are enough. You are enough the way you are. You're okay the way you are. Flaws and all. Nobody cares. And those that care, well, you don't need them in your life because all of us are flawed. None of us are perfect. See, I can't even talk. So with that understanding, when you are out and about and you run across someone that maybe is less than kind or probably is a non-entity in your mind, smile at them. And trust me, it works. Because people will forget your name. They will forget what you look like. They will forget what you wear. But they will never, ever, ever forget how you make them feel. And y'all all know, those of you that have been with me on this show for almost 2 years, know that my mantra is, you are the most special person in front of me. You are the most special person in the room. All 150,000 plus of you, plus Madelyn, you're all special to me. You're the most important people to me. And when you leave this show tonight, it is my prayer that all of you understand how special you are. Not that I just make you feel special, but that you are special, because you are. You're our future, you're our past, you're our present. And without you, the fabric of our lives won't be here and we can't get it back. On that note, please, if you want to achieve greatness, do not ask permission because nobody's going to give it to you. Be a Madelyn. When you think that you can't, be a Madelyn. Don't be afraid to stand up and sing the national anthem. Don't be afraid to get up and belt out a song or belt out a poem or say, this is something I've written. Never be afraid to achieve greatness. Because as my brother says, and God love him, he is the one that has helped me be successful. He says, Yvonne, I can, instead of I can't. Can't is not in his vocabulary. And he was never supposed to be anything but a vegetable. So if he can, I can, you can. So remember that. Also remember that we will be here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time with another inspiring musical artist. Thank you, Michael Stover. His name is Matt Weston, and he will make you want to get up and dance, too. But I still have my girl can't help. So join us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time when we will have Matt Weston as our guest. And go out and do something special for yourself or someone else. Doesn't have to be big money. That cut a flower in your yard and take it to the next door neighbor. That's special. Madelyn, have you got any parting thoughts in the last 30 seconds?
Oh, man, I just want to say that has inspired me just as much as I hope it inspired every one of y'all. Yvonne, you are the best, and I thank all 170-plus people who are listening. Thank you, guys. God bless y'all.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Yvonne Mason, with my most wonderful guest, indie country music artist, Miss Madelyn Victoria. Check her music out. Check her out. Friend her on Facebook. Follow her page. And we will wish you a wonderful, wonderful good evening, and we will see you here again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time on Off the Chain. And y'all know we never know where the conversation's going to go because it's not a scripted show. We just have a nice conversation. And with that, we say good evening. Okay, what will happen is when the show goes up into archives, I'm going to put the link on my page, and I'm going to tag you in it. And then when I post it in all of the podcast, I will also put those links up and tag you in it, and I will also tag you in the iHeartRadio and the Spotify shows. Okay. So that is my gift to you so that you can pass it around and share it with all of your network, put it on your page and put it on your Facebook page, put it on your web, put it any way you want it so that folks can go and listen to this show and see how wonderful you are.
Oh, perfect. Oh, that's great. I appreciate that, and I'll be sharing like crazy.
All right, my darling. So I will go ahead and put it on your calendar, and I will contact Michael and tell him that we set you up for the 9th and to send me 3 more songs.
Okay, great. I'm writing it actually right now.
There you go. And if you don't have them yet, I'll just wait until you get them, so it's no big deal. Awesome. Because I know you don't. You've got to go in studio and record some. So whichever 3 you want him to send me, you send them to him, and then I'll just wait for him. It's no problem. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right.
Yes, Yvonne. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you, and keep smiling and keep making beautiful music.
Oh, I will. I will. Thank you.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye.
When we go out to eat, we never agree on where to go.
I want burgers. Pizza.
Tacos it is.
The one thing we do agree on is we all want unlimited high-speed data. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 lines with unlimited LTE data for just $100, period. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Requires new line. During congestion, the fraction of customers using more than 35 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds. Video streams at up to 480p. No tethering. See store for details and terms and conditions.